Welcome in. In today's hyper-competitive restaurant landscape, where ghost kitchens battle curated tasting menus and every customer scrutinizes value with every single bite, your menu isn't just a list of dishes, it's your number one profit center. And once you see it that way, everything changes. This guide walks us through menu engineering as a structured, data-backed process for understanding what sells, what earns, and what deserves a prime spot on the page. We're talking about the difference between thriving and barely surviving. The secret? Combining your culinary intuition with cold, hard data to maximize both popularity and profitability. So, in this story, we'll move from intuition to evidence, from dish by dish guesswork to a full operating system for profitability. Let's dive into the four-step framework that's changing how smart operators think about every single item they serve. But here's the critical question every restaurant operator faces. How do you know for certain which menu items are actually driving your profits? Not just which ones feel popular, but which ones, when you combine their popularity with their actual margins, deliver the most total profit to your bottom line. Think about it. You might have a premium salmon dish that brings in $19 profit per plate, but only sells 120 times a month, generating about $2,280. Meanwhile, a humble margarita pizza only brings in $11.25 profit per sale, but it flies out of the kitchen 350 times monthly, generating nearly $4,000 in total profit. That's the breakthrough insight right there. Total profit beats profit per plate every single time. This matters because restaurants operate on razor-thin margins, typically 2 to 6%, and small menu mistakes compound fast. The best-looking item, the most expensive item, and the most profitable item are not always the same thing. And that naturally leads us to why so many common menu decisions miss the mark entirely. So why do traditional approaches keep failing? The gap is that they're usually too narrow, too occasional, or too intuitive. Contribution margin analysis is useful, but by itself, it only answers one question. How much money does a dish make per sale? It does not tell you whether anyone is ordering it often enough to matter. And even that math can be dangerously incomplete if a dish is labor-heavy, causes waste, or slows service during a rush. Then there's the myth that you only need to engineer your menu once a year. But ingredient prices fluctuate daily, customer preferences shift with seasons, and a profitable dish in January can become a margin killer by June. There's the assumption that high-end dishes are always more profitable, that $50 steak might carry such high ingredient costs that a $16 pasta actually delivers better margins. Don't even get started on the idea that popular items should never be changed, or that menu engineering is only for large chains. In reality, independent restaurants benefit even more because every single margin point matters. The old way is static, partial, and dangerously oversimplified. So if the old tools are incomplete, what does a better framework actually look like? To bridge that gap, the framework presents a disciplined four-step approach. First, calculate true contribution margin for every item, selling price minus portion cost, going deeper than surface math to consider yield, waste, and labor. Second, measure popularity using real sales mix data from a normal operating period, then compare each item to the category average to find your threshold. Third, and this is the magic, map every dish onto the menu engineering matrix, a simple but powerful visual tool that plots your entire menu on two dimensions, profitability and popularity. And fourth, deploy targeted strategies to promote, rework, or retire specific items rather than making blanket redesigns. The matrix instantly transforms your menu from a confusing list into four crystal clear categories. Stars sit in the top right, high profitability, high popularity. Plow horses in the bottom right, high popularity but lower margin. Puzzles in the top left, high profitability but underexposed. And dogs in the bottom left, low on both. What makes this methodology powerful is that it turns raw numbers into decisions and replaces blind guesswork with a scientific blueprint. So now that the system is in place, let's see what it actually reveals. The matrix doesn't just describe performance, it organizes action. Stars are both popular and profitable, so they deserve protection, prime menu placement, and confident server recommendations. Never discount these. Demand is already strong. Plow horses are crowd favorites, but under-earning, so they invite careful portion adjustments, ingredient swaps for cost-effective alternatives, or small strategic price increases, with customer satisfaction staying intact throughout. Puzzles are especially exciting. They carry strong margins, but suffer from weak demand, meaning better naming, smarter placement, or a server spotlight could unlock genuinely hidden value. And dogs, unless they serve a clear strategic brand purpose, are consuming kitchen space and resources without paying rent. Time to let them go. The paper also drives home a critical point. These are not permanent identities. A puzzle can become a star. A plow horse can become financially healthier. Items migrate between quadrants as changes take effect, which means your menu is always in motion, always improvable. And once you see those possibilities, the next question becomes, what does smart implementation actually look like in practice? Armed with this matrix, you can implement laser-focused strategies for each category. For your stars, those high-margin, high-demand champions, maintain quality. Place them in your menu's prime real estate like the top right corner where eyes naturally land, and train servers to recommend them with genuine confidence. For plow horses, you have options. Slightly reduce portions without changing presentation, swap expensive ingredients for cost-effective alternatives, or bundle them with higher margin sides to boost total check value. For puzzles, your hidden profit gems. Rebrand with compelling descriptions, highlight them as limited-time features to create urgency, position them beside higher-priced items to enhance perceived value, and have servers personally recommend them as personal favorites. And for dogs, free up that menu space and kitchen capacity unless they carry irreplaceable brand value. But here's the critical piece that multiplies all of this: your front-of-house team. Staff need to understand which dishes generate the most total profit, how to genuinely upsell them, and why standardized recipes are precision blueprints, not suggestions. These insights ripple into training, inventory control, waste reduction, and smarter purchasing. When your entire team executes consistently, the impact compounds across every single shift. Now, we reach the paradigm shift. Menu engineering is not a one-time project you check off your list. It is a continuous operating rhythm. The most successful restaurants treat their menu as a living, breathing strategic asset, updated weekly as costs move, demand shifts, and the business evolves. This commitment creates a ripple effect across everything. Your purchasing becomes smarter because you're buying more of what actually drives profit. Your inventory management tightens because you've eliminated dogs that create waste. Your marketing gets sharper because you're promoting proven winners. And your culinary team gets inspired because they understand the financial impact of their creativity. The future of menu engineering in 2026 leans into real-time, AI-driven digital tools that automatically flag when an ingredient price spike threatens a dish's profitability, model yield and prep time before you fire up the stove, and suggest pricing adjustments based on live demand patterns, replacing quarterly spreadsheet archaeology with continuous, intelligent decision cycles. The deeper message is that culinary instinct and data must work together. Creativity still matters, but now it's reinforced by evidence. When you shift from reactive menu planning to proactive menu engineering, you're not just optimizing prices. You're building a self-correcting profit engine that adapts to market changes before they hurt your margins. Let's bring it home. The core insight of menu engineering is this: profitable menus are not built by intuition alone, high prices alone, or annual guesswork. They're built by measuring profitability, measuring popularity, classifying every item clearly, and then acting with intention, consistently. Your menu is your number one profit center, and it should work just as hard as you do. So here's your call to action. Start today. Export your last month's sales data. Calculate contribution margins for your top 10 items. Plot them on the matrix. Identify one dog to remove and one puzzle to promote this week. Train your servers on your star items before the next shift, and then repeat that cycle every single month. Remember, even small changes compound into massive profit improvements over time. A price adjustment here, a portion tweak there, a repositioned description, they all add up. When you commit to this continuous rhythm, your menu stops being a static list and starts working like a self correcting profit engine that adapts and strengthens your business in every season. The restaurant landscape demands data driven decisions. Now you have the playbook. Go build your matrix. Like and subscribe for more helpful videos like this. Connect with Forks for the experienced accounting professionals your restaurant needs. Details in description below.